Hello there and good afternoon. According to an anonymous civil servant writing in the Telegraph, their service is ready for a no-deal exit from the European Union. So why on earth isn't the government trumpeting this from the hilltops? And the answer is probably the obvious one, that the Prime Minister Theresa May is hell-bent on getting her own deal through rather than go for the now totally achievable no-deal Brexit. So why should she want to push her Brexit In name-only deal through the House against all the odds and risk almost certain defeat, when she could make public all the no-deal progress that has been made? All she's doing is giving huge amounts of ammunition to her opponents and the opponents of Brexit. Anyway, the official concerned has been working on Brexit for the last 2.5 years and is involved in drawing up the Brexit contingency plans and has accused the government of engaging in a Project Fear Mark III in a bid to save the PM's disastrous Brexit deal, which has handed Project Fear to the Remainers on a plate. The anonymous author also called claims of Brexit Armageddon and the so-called crashing out of the EU as completely untrue, and basically wrote that if the government came clean and told us what preparations had been achieved, there would be no justification for May's preposterous withdrawal agreement, and the Remainers would have no Project Fear to rely on, so would actually be forced to try and find real justifications for staying in the EU, something that has so far proved beyond them, they wrote. The writer also said that the civil service would never allow the country to be overcome by economic paralysis, and that they have worked hard to ensure that that will not happen. Now, as an example of no-deal Brexit preparations being used by Project Fear, the government has spent a little over £100 million on buying up ferry time from the likes of Brittany Ferries, DFDS and seaborne freight in order to ease any Brexit pressure that could be placed on Dover by diverting traffic to the ports of Poole, Portsmouth, Plymouth, Immingham and Felixstowe. This is of course good forward planning for a no deal that would save the country £39 billion, so what's the issue? But of course the Remainers have seized on this as proof that no deal would be a disaster, which has not, as far as I can see, been properly rebutted. But once again we come back to this perverse obsession that the PM has for her own blighted proposals. Now, I have read in the past that maybe it is somehow tied into promises made to the car maker Nissan early on in the negotiations, but who knows? However, if this is true, then surely May would have to resign if her deal does not receive the blessings of her fellow MPs. However, at the end of the day, if the no-deal Brexit preparations are well set, then this country has absolutely nothing to fear except Project Fear itself. And when Project Fear fails to materialise, the voters can vent their frustrations at the next elections on all the MPs that shamelessly used Project Fear to either force a Brexit reversal or tried to railroad the country into May's EU vassalage scheme. Anyway, what do you think? Please leave a comment below and thank you for watching.